Maybe the last opportunity we have for a while to be reminded of two really significant bills that did pass through this chamber this session, one a Senate bill and another House bill, and they dealt with Confucius classrooms and the study of the Chinese language and culture in Oregon. As you are aware, last year there were 9 legislators led by our speaker that traveled to China to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Oregon-Fujian Sister State Accords. And for 25 years, since Governor Atiyeh in 1984 flew to China, and it was a different China then than it is today, he signed accords with a province that's right across the straits from Taiwan called Fujian. And it's not a major province by some standards, but it's a major partner for Oregon. There are some people who would say that Oregon may not be a major state by some standards, but it's so vitally important for us to keep in mind what is happening in the world and in the future. China will soon, in terms of years and just a few decades, overtake the United States as the largest economy in the world, assuming that things continue as they've been going for the last 10 years. Realize that China, for the last 20 years or so, their GDP has been increasing by over 9% compounded every year. And if we get 3 or 4%, we're feeling pretty good in America. Well, they were having kind of a bad year last year, but it's now back up to 10.5%. That's growth every year in their gross domestic product. The first 6 months of 2009, our exports to China increased by 26% over the first 6 months of 2008. All of our other export partners went down last year, except for China, and they went up double digits. There is a power struggle taking place in the world. China's military power and expenditures are increasing dramatically. So is that of the United States. We would be wise as a people to have close economic ties, close cultural ties, educational ties, and close relationships with what will soon be the most powerful nation other than the United States in the world. One way that we will accomplish that is by promoting education among our youth. I mean, the older generation, you say China, they say, oh yeah, Mao Zedong and red communism. The younger generation says, China? Tell me about China. We need to work with the younger generation, Americans in their education system, Oregonians in our schools, to help assure that they have the opportunity to learn Chinese, to learn about the Chinese culture, and to have an opportunity maybe to even be an exchange student to a Chinese school, family, or university. The Hanban Institute and the Confucius classroom system provides Chinese teachers to American schools, actually all over the world. There's over 500 Confucius classrooms in the world in 88 countries. They're in 23 states presently, and in Oregon there's one presently, and that's St. Mary's in Medford. We have 2 Confucius Institutes. These programs are funded by the Chinese government, and they say, we want you to learn Chinese language and culture. We will send you trained Chinese teachers who have been trained in teaching English as a second language to come at our expense if you'll provide a place for them to teach in your schools. It's a win-win for our students and for the Chinese in sharing their culture and their language with us. We need to make sure at these times of decreasing budgets in our schools that we give an opportunity for our students to learn Chinese. And so I just mentioned that to you because we've made kind of a commitment, some of the legislators, that 15 of our schools will be Confucius classrooms this year. Ashland is committed. Central Point is committed. We only need 13 more. And so I just want to make you aware of it because maybe there's a school or a school district in your districts that you would like to have the opportunity to offer to their schools Chinese language and culture. If that's the case, please email myself or Representative Klim or Representative Bailey or Senator Edwards. We're working together to try and help this become a reality. Thank you.